Hello and welcome to the COP30 sessions. We're in Belém, Brazil at High House, where we're looking at the biggest issues facing the planet. Every year, millions of people are forced from their homes by extreme weather, and the numbers are increasing. With global temperatures set to rise even more, we're asking, is the world ready? And does this issue require more attention? I'm joined by Alfonso Herrera, actor and Goodwill ambassador for the United Nations High Commission for Refugees. Alfonso, welcome to the studio.
Thank you very much. It's a pleasure to be here.
So, lots of our audience will know you from your acting work, but what got you involved in this issue?
Well, I've been collaborating with UNHCR since 2017 in Mexico with UNHCR Americas. And little by little, the relationship starting to get stronger, more organic. And they invited me to the office from UNHCR Americas to understand their work that they're doing in the region, specifically in my country, working with IDPs in El Salvador, in Honduras, in many parts from Central America. And they invited me in 2018 or 19, 18, to do a trip to Honduras and El Salvador, meet refugees, IDPs that have been forced to flee their homes. And now in 2020, they invited me to be a Goodwill ambassador. And also we've been able to travel to Uganda, Ukraine, and hear stories from families, children that have lost everything from one day to another. And here at COP30, it's incredible to also understand how vulnerable these people are, and also the other vulnerability that they could face due to climate change and climate crisis.
Now, you've already touched on the fact that you've met refugees from all over the world. What we'd really like to hear is just one of those stories.
I met Prince, a refugee from DRC in Uganda, in Kampala, and he said something very potent. And he said that refugees are gold because he wanted to return everything to Uganda, to the country that welcomed him. He wants to be an engineer. He wants to be a volleyball professional player. And to hear his story was inspiring. Also, I'll tell you one quick story from a 85-year-old lady that lives in Kyiv. He lost everything. Her family, her house, absolutely everything from one day to another. And I asked her what gives her hope. And she said, even though I'm 85 years old, what gives me hope is to reconstruct my life, even though I'm 85 years old. And I think that woman, probably in Ukraine, while we are talking, she's reconstructing her life. Thanks also to UNHCR and to the hard work that they're doing on the field. But that's just two stories. I can tell you stories from people and families that I've met in Honduras, in El Salvador, in my home country. But yeah.
Now, with that in mind, I want to touch on the 1951 Refugee Convention. The convention only offers protection to people fleeing, for example, war and violence who have crossed an international border, but not extreme weather. Does that need to change?
I think that we need to understand that when we talk about refugees, we're talking about people that have been in vulnerable situations. It's incredible that people that are being welcome in other countries, if they go to that country, they could face another type of vulnerability, which is climate crisis. So we need to take that response as, how would you say it? Because I would have to go from Spanish to English, as a whole. And that's why we're here. We want to give them voice to those people that have not been heard, and to give an integral solutions, and also talk to the countries and to include the refugees in their policies. I think that would be something important.
Now, as you've mentioned, you're here at COP30 to advocate on this issue. It doesn't seem to be emerging as one of the bigger talking points of this COP. Do you think we need more focus?
Can you repeat the question? Sorry.
Yeah, of course. So You're here at COP30 to advocate on this issue. It doesn't seem to be emerging as one of the big topics from this COP. Do you think we need more focus?
Of course, of course, of course, and that's why we're here, to give voice and to create a platform. I mean, I do have a platform. I'm an actor, I'm a producer. I think that we are all doing what we can in order to give them voice and to create a bigger conversation. What UNHCR in Brazil is doing, it's incredible. The work of David is fantastic. And yes, of course, we need more. And because of that, we need teamwork. We need, just 2 days ago, I was with the Warao women in their community. And they shared to me, we have the knowledge. What we just need are the tools in order to apply them. So we have the knowledge. What we need are the tools, and that's why we are here, to create that platform. To, as Filippo, as the High Commissioner said, every single voice has to be heard, and no one needs to be left behind.
Now, just this week, we've seen warnings from the government of Iran that due to water shortages, they may need to evacuate Tehran, a city of over 10 million people. What are your thoughts on that?
I'm not really, I do not have a complete understanding about that situation. If I could brief myself more about that, I will give you more with a more complete answer about that.
Of course, and I think we'll move to our final question. For the audience watching at home, what's the one message that you'd like them to take away with them?
Can I look into the camera? Can I do that? I'm gonna quote Prince again. Refugees are gold. And they can give so much to society if we give them support, if we give them an umbrella in order for them to be in a safer place. I would like to thank this opportunity, this space, and gracias, Octavio.
Well, Alfonso Herrera, thank you very much.
Thank you.
That's all we have time for today. Thank you so much for watching. This has been the COP30 sessions from High House, live in Belém, Brazil.